But before we do that, let's talk about system requirements on a web server. Of course, we're using Dev Desktop today, but Drupal 8 does require some pretty advanced servers in order to function well. PHP 5.5.9 or higher, 5.6.6 is recommended. You need 64 megabytes of memory minimum for a Drupal site, and honestly, that's the bare minimum. I'd never recommend using only 64 meg. I would start at least at 128 and go from there, even on a small site. You'll need MySQL 5.5.3 or PostgreSQL 9.1.2 plus, and there's other databases Drupal can use, of course. You'll want to look those up in the documentation. And as I mentioned in the last video, if you're going to use Drush, you should use Drush 8. Well, what's new in Drupal 8? There's way more in core, and I really am excited for what they've brought into core for Drupal 8. Views, Bean, CK Editor, the date module. Who didn't use the date module on every site forever anyway? Email field, link insert, entity reference, REST-WS, and the telephone module. All of these have been brought in. Well, there's a little bit less in core as well. The blog module's gone, dashboard, OpenID, the poll module is gone, and to the applause of every developer out there, the PHP filter is gone. Profile, trigger, and translation have all been replaced. The fact that views is now in core is awesome. They've built a whole bunch of extra administration views like the front page view. Content management is now a view. People and files now have views. Blocks are now entities, and we'll spend a fair bit of time later on looking at this. This is pretty exciting. This means that blocks are fieldable, and custom blocks can do just about anything you want now. CK Editor is installed by default and provides inline editing. Drupal 8 is responsive out of the box. We have new display modes, and we'll look at those as we go as well. Configuration, and finally, the link here, drupal8.org/8, gives you all the information you need to know about what's new in Drupal 8.